You already know the wide shot, the medium shot, the close up. And if you've been using those three, good. Because that's the foundation. But here's what I haven't told you. Those three shots will make your video look clean. Yeah. But there are three more shots, three specific angles that are the difference between a video that looks clean and one that feels cinematic. Like the viewer is actually inside your world and not just watching it from the outside. And the best part is you don't need complicated gear to pull these off. The camera or phone, tripod, that's still it. Three shots. Let's get into it. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying. So a while back, I made a video breaking down the three core camera angles that every solo creator needs. The wide, the medium, and the close-up. And that video did quite well. It's got over 42,000 views and the comments were full of people saying stuff like. But then I had a thought, what happens when people have mastered those three shots? Because wide, the medium, and the close-up, yeah, they're your workhorses, the foundation, the structure of your video. They give it flow. But cinematic, that's a different thing entirely in my opinion. Cinematic is about perspective. It's about making the viewer feel like they're inside the scene, not just watching it from the outside. And there are three shots I'm about to show you that do exactly that. No complicated rigs, no extra cameras, nothing you need to go out and buy. Maybe one thing, but for the most part, just three angles that you're probably not using yet. And once you see what they do to your footage, you'll wonder why you ever left them out to begin with. Let's start with the one that immediately makes your content feel different from everybody else's. Shot number one is the POV shot. And this is the one that immediately separates your content from the crowd. Here's what makes it different from every other angle. Every shot we've talked about before, wide, medium, close, they all position the viewer as the observer, someone watching you from the outside, but the POV shot flips that completely. It puts the viewer inside your perspective. They're not watching you anymore. They are you, seeing what you see, experiencing what you experience. And that shift from observer to participant is one of the most powerful things you can do in video, period. And it's almost completely unused in solo content creation, which means the moment you start using it, your videos immediately feel different from everybody else's. Now here's the thing about POV shots that make them so accessible. You don't need a chest mount, you don't need a GoPro, and you don't need any specialist gear. The simplest version of a POV shot is literally just your camera or your phone on a tripod, positioned at eye level, angled slightly downwards as if it's your gaze, landing on something in front of you. The key is what's in the frame. A POV shot needs a subject, something the eyes are looking at, your monitor, your notes, your keyboard, your hands doing something, a cup of coffee on your desk. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it feels like something a person would naturally look at. And that's what sells the perspective. And if you want to add a tiny bit of movement, just nudge or tilt the tripod slightly as you're recording, because that then mimics the natural micro movement of a human gaze and makes the shot feel more alive without needing any extra equipment. Look, use this shot when you want viewers to feel like they're in your world, opening your laptop, looking at your setup, reviewing your footage. Any moment where you want the audience to experience something rather than just watch it, that's your POV moment. Shot number two is the overhead. Okay, and this one transforms your B-roll from filler into something people actually stop and watch. Think about the last time you were scrolling and something made you pause. I bet a good chunk of those moments might have been overhead shots. There's something about looking straight down at a scene that feels intimate, like considered, like you're seeing a moment from above that you weren't supposed to see. It pulls people in without them ever knowing why. For solo creators, the overhead shot works best for two things. First is your desk and process details. Like if you're ever showing your setup, your planning, your gear, your workflow, get above it. Even just raising your camera above the scene and putting it straight down changes everything. That shot goes from here's my desk to here's my world. Second is hands doing something, writing, typing, adjusting settings, drawing. These detail shots tell a story without you having to say a word. And from the overhead, they feel intentional, like someone actually thought about how to frame this moment. Now, here's how you set it up. A few options depending on what you've got. Option number one, a flexible gorilla tripod. Wrap it around a shelf, above your desk, a door, and then angle the camera straight down. Costs about $10 £10, $15, something like that. Works perfectly for phones and like cameras. Now option number 2 is a boom pole, and this is what I'd actually recommend if you want clean, repeatable overhead setup. The boom pole lets you extend your camera directly above the scene without needing a shelf or a fixed mount. And this is the one thing that I mentioned that might be worth grabbing at the beginning, and I have included it in my gear list, and the link is in the description. You can position it where you want, lock it off, and it will get a consistent overhead position every time. It's one of those bits of kit that looks kind of intimidating at first, but it genuinely is super simple to use, and once you've got it, you'll use it all the time. Option number 3, and this is the one that costs nothing, okay? Fully extend your actual tripod position to over a desk, and then just tilt the camera down. Takes a bit of adjusting to get the frame right, but it works, and no extra gear is really needed at all. The thing I want you to take away from the overhead shot is, it's not about the gear, it's about the intention behind it. The moment you start thinking, how does this look from above? You're thinking more like a filmmaker, and that shift in thinking is what changes your content. All right, 2 shots down, okay? And the third one, this is the one that ties everything together, because it's the shot that makes the viewer feel like they're right there with you in the room over your shoulder. So shot number 3 is the over the shoulder shot. And this is one of my personal favorites for solo content, because it does something that none of the others do. So every other angle puts the viewer in front of you or around you, but the over the shoulder puts them behind you. And that position, being behind someone looking over their shoulder, is one of the most naturally comfortable perspectives a human can actually have. It's how we watch someone teach us something in real life. It's how we look over a friend's shoulder at their phone screen. It feels familiar, safe, like you're in the room. And for solo creators, the over the shoulder shot works in 2 ways. Version number 1 is the environmental over the shoulder. Camera is behind you, looking over your shoulder at your space, at your screen, at your window, or your setup. It gives context to your world without you having to explain it. The viewer just sees it, feels it. It's showing, not telling. And version 2 is the process over the shoulder. Camera over your shoulder while your hands are doing something. Editing, writing, setting up your shot. This angle makes tutorial content feel like an experience. The viewer isn't being instructed, they're watching alongside you. And that's a massive difference in how it feels. Now, setting this up by yourself, here's exactly what you should do. Move your tripod behind you and slightly to one side, okay? Raise it up just above shoulder height. Tilt the camera down and forward so it's looking over your shoulder at whatever's in front of you. Then, and this is important, make sure your shoulder is visible in the shot, okay? It has to be in the lower corner of the frame. The shoulder in the corner is the visual cue that tells the viewer this is a perspective shot. Without it, it kind of just looks like a random angle from behind. But with it, immediately reads as an over the shoulder shot. It's a small thing, but trust me, it makes a big difference into how people perceive it. Check your frame using your camera screen or monitor app, and then just lock off your settings and let it do its thing. Edit, write, work, do what you need to do. You don't really need to perform for this shot. The camera does all the heavy lifting. Okay, so here's where it all comes together. Because knowing all 6 shots, the one from the previous video and this one, knowing how to use them together in a single scene, that's the thing that actually changes your videos. So let me show you a real example. One scenario, 6 shots, and the scenario is you're sitting down to plan your next video. Something every creator does. Something completely ordinary, kind of boring. And I'm gonna show you how 6 intentional shots turn that ordinary moment into something that feels like a proper, considered production. Let's do it. Shot number 1 is, this is your establishing shot. It tells the viewer where we are, it sets the scene, and you're not explaining anything yet. You're just showing them the world. Shot number 2, POV. Now the viewer is you. They're looking at what you're looking at, the notebook, the blank page. Suddenly, they're not watching you plan a video, they're planning one with you. Shot number 3, the overhead. We drop above the scene. Now we can see the detail, the words being written, the process happening. This shot doesn't need an explanation, it just shows you. Shot number 4, medium shot. Back to what's familiar. This is where you deliver your content if this were a talking head video. Comfortable, personal, grounded. Shot number 5 is the over the shoulder. Now, the viewer is behind you, looking at what you're writing, feeling like they're in the room with you. This is the shot that creates connection without a single word. Finally, shot number 6, the close-up. The emphasis shot, the one that makes a moment land. Use it at the end of a sequence like this, and it feels like a full stop, like the scene just breathed. 6 shots, 1 scenario, 1 camera, 1 tripod. And when you cut those together, even roughly, it feels like a completely different level of production. Now, you don't need to use all 6 every time. Don't need to do that. Even 3 or 4 of these in a sequence will transform how your videos feel completely, okay? But once you've got all 6 shots in your toolkit, you will start seeing every moment very differently. So that's the full system. 6 shots in total. 3 from the first video, wide, medium, close up. 3 from today, POV, overhead and over the shoulder. And together, they give you everything you need to make any solo video feel intentional, dynamic, cinematic. And if you haven't seen the original 3 camera angles video, I'm gonna link it at the end of this one. Make sure you go watch it, because today's shots build directly on the foundation of that video, okay? And if you want a system that takes you from idea all the way through to finished, polished video, filming checklists, content planning, scripting, I built the Creators Command Center exactly for that reason. I've linked it in the description. Let me know in the comments which of these 3 shots you're gonna try first. POV, overhead, or over the shoulder. Drop it down below. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace and love every single time. Denz.